air hung heavy with the scent of fear and desperation as we, a weary band of soldiers, clung to the dilapidated walls of Castle Ravenshadow. The once proud fortress now stood as a desolate, haunted sanctuary, surrounded by the relentless onslaught of our enemies. The siege had begun, and the shadow of death loomed over us, both from the living and the dead. I am Sir Roland, a seasoned knight, once proud and unwavering in my devotion to the kingdom. Now, I found myself trapped within the haunted walls of Ravenshadow, surrounded by a dwindling company of men, their faces etched with the weariness of constant battle, and the harrowing realization that escape seemed increasingly improbable. The siege engines of our adversaries relentlessly pounded the castle gates, shaking the very foundation of our refuge. My armor felt heavier than usual, as though each clink and clang of the siege echoed within the plates. The enemy's war cries were met with our defiant roars, but beneath the bravado, unease gnawed at the edges of our courage. In the dimly lit corridors of the castle, whispers of the fallen echoed through the stone walls. Some dismissed them as figments of an exhausted imagination, but others, like myself, knew better. Ravenshadow had a dark history, tainted by the blood of countless battles. It was said that the spirits of the fallen lingered within these ancient stones, seeking vengeance for the injustices done to them in life. As the siege persisted, strange occurrences became more frequent. Ghostly apparitions drifted through the corridors, their ethereal forms barely discernible in the pale moonlight that filtered through arrow slits. I, a man of reason and logic, could not deny the eerie presence that clung to Ravenshadow like a curse. One night, as I patrolled the battlements, a spectral figure materialized before me. The apparition wore the tattered remnants of armor, its eyes gleaming with a malevolent light. A cold shiver ran down my spine as the ghostly soldier pointed towards the distant hills, where the enemy campfires flickered like vengeful spirits. "Redemption awaits," the ghostly voice echoed, sending a chill through the air. I stumbled back, heart pounding, and sought the solace of my fellow comrades. It was then that I discovered I was not the only one haunted by these specters. Sir Geoffrey, a veteran archer with a keen eye, spoke of seeing his fallen comrades standing sentinel in the darkest corners of the castle, their eyes filled with accusatory stares. Fear gnawed at our unity, threatening to splinter the remnants of our once mighty company. Yet, in the face of impending doom, a desperate camaraderie emerged. Together, we decided to confront the lingering spirits and seek a way to appease them before our besiegers breached the castle walls. Our quest for redemption led us deep into the bowels of Ravenshadow, where torchlight flickered on cold, damp walls. The castle's secrets unfolded before us like a macabre tapestry. We discovered hidden chambers adorned with the rusted armor of fallen knights, their weapons still clutched in skeletal hands. A mysterious mural in the heart of the castle depicted a past siege, a betrayal that resulted in the massacre of Ravenshadow's defenders. The souls of the betrayed lingered, their silent screams echoing through the centuries. The mural became a focal point for our spectral encounters, a nexus of vengeful energy that we needed to address. As the siege intensified outside, our group gathered in the shadow of the mural, determined to put the spirits to rest. We carried with us the relics of fallen comrades, hoping to offer some form of solace to the tormented souls that haunted Raven Shadow. The air grew colder as we began our ritual, reciting prayers and incantations passed down through generations. The ethereal figures materialized, their eyes fixed on us with a mixture of sorrow and rage. The very stones of the castle seemed to resonate with the anguish of the past. "Forgive us," I muttered, my voice barely audible above the haunting whispers. "We seek to undo the sins of our forebears, to grant you the peace that has eluded you for centuries." The apparitions wavered, their ghostly forms flickering like candle flames in the wind. We placed the relics before the mural, a symbolic offering to the fallen. The air crackled with supernatural energy as the spirits hesitated, caught between the pain of the past and the possibility of redemption. A sudden gust of wind swept through the chamber, extinguishing the torches. In the darkness, the spirits converged upon the relics, their spectral hands reaching out to touch the artifacts. A blinding light enveloped the room, and for a moment, time itself seemed to stand still. When the light subsided, the mural remained, but the apparitions were gone. The weight that had burdened Raven Shadow lifted, leaving behind an eerie silence. The siege outside continued, but the malevolent presence that had plagued us seemed to have dissipated. Word spread among our besiegers that Raven Shadow had become cursed, and fear crept into their ranks. Buoyed by this newfound advantage, we rallied our forces and repelled the enemy onslaught. As dawn broke, we emerged from the castle, victorious but forever changed by the haunted siege. Raven Shadow, once a fortress of despair, now stood as a symbol of redemption. The spirits of the betrayed had found peace, and our company, bound by the trials of the haunted siege, emerged stronger than ever. As we rode towards the horizon, the sun casting long shadows behind us, I couldn't shake the feeling that the echoes of Raven Shadow's past would forever linger in the recesses of my mind.